June is National Foster a Pet Month. It's also kitten season. So if you've ever considered fostering or adopting an animal, now might be the perfect time to do it. With me now from Oregon Humane are McKenna Anderson, Laura Klink, and Katie Atkins. Good morning.
Good morning.
And who do we have here? Who are these adorable little guys?
This is Freesia, Tulip, and Ranunculus, right? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Pretty close.
So these kittens came to Oregon Humane as strays. A Good Samaritan found them and their mother, and they came to Oregon Humane, and the kittens were, and Mama were a little younger, and so they've been in foster care for a couple weeks, but Mama's already been adopted, and these guys will be available for adoption very soon.
Oh, they're gonna go so quick. Okay, this time of year is known as kitten season. What does that mean exactly?
So kitten season is typically a time when shelters in our area and around the country see a really large influx of kittens. And also it is when our admissions team, McKenna works on our admissions team, and our call center get a lot of calls about people finding cats and kittens.
Yeah, tell us about that, McKenna. When you do get a call, what is the call like? How does it go?
It really depends. A lot of people are just flustered, wanting to know what to do when they do find a litter of kittens. We try to steer them in the best direction, and it does depend on the situation. Most of the time, the best course of action is to just leave them where you found them, especially if they're younger. Mom is most likely nearby, and she is most likely caring for them. If you have any concerns, or if they're in a dangerous spot, they're wet, they're cold, they're crying, anything like that, you can put a ring of flour around them to see if you can spot paw prints for Mom. Wait like 6 hours for her to come back, and then if there's no sign of Mom, then I would say intervene. But if they're happy, healthy, calm, warm, just leave them be.
Okay. Katie, you are their foster parent.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about them.
Yeah, well, they're very cute, as you can already tell. But they've been very playful and friendly kittens since the beginning. Obviously, we had the mom with them for the first week and a half or so, and so they mostly hung out with Mom, but they would come venture out. And now that she's been adopted, they've gotten to explore a little bit more and meet our dog. Tulip likes the dog. The other two are not so sure about dogs, but they get to hang out with my kids, and just, I don't know, they're just a lot of fun.
What does it take to be a foster parent to an animal, a pet?
Well, there's a lot of different kinds of foster assignments, so it depends a little bit on the assignment. But there are kind of some the basic things are you need a safe space for them to be, for, maybe a spare bathroom or a spare bedroom, nothing super fancy, just somewhere for them to be safe from hazards and to kind of have their own little place in your home. And then transportation, so that you can go pick them up from Oregon Humane, and obviously be able to communicate with the foster team, who are great at, coordinating all the logistics and things for fostering. Sometimes you need to bring them back for a vet appointment or something like that, and so you coordinate all that with them. And then, you just, kind of treat them as if they were your own pet, and give them all the things they need while they're in your home.
And your whole family gets involved in this, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. It is great to do as a family. I mentioned I have a couple of kids, and I used to volunteer at Oregon Humane in person before having kids, and that was really great, but I actually heard about fostering from my mom, who has fostered some kittens as well, and I thought it would be great because my kids aren't old enough to go volunteer in person, but they can help feed the foster kittens. They definitely help socialize them and play with them, and so it's a great way for them to kind of get a chance to help out. But also, I feel like we get as much out of it because every time we foster, we learn a lot about how to take care of animals and how to interact with different animals.
Yeah, and so Laura, real quick, what advice would you have for someone who sees this and they're so cute, like they're gonna want them immediately, but it's a big deal. So what advice would you have for them? And then also talk a little bit how, we see that foster families obviously change the animals' lives, but they can change people's lives too, right?
Yeah, during kitten season, especially especially, but all throughout the year. Foster parents play such a huge role in the work that we do. And we really could not, care for as many animals as we do without foster parents. So basically the advice I would have for folks is give it a try. Fostering, I have been a foster parent over the years. It is so gratifying to see an animal come to you, maybe young, maybe not super healthy, and to see them thrive and blossom and get ready for adoption is so, so rewarding. And it is so critical, especially this time of year. I love the fact that Katie has young children in the home and they can be part of caring for these animals. And like McKenna mentioned earlier, this is the time of year when a Good Samaritan may see a litter of kittens, and it's so important to be educated on what to do if you come across a litter of kittens and want to help them to do the right thing. Make sure that find out if mom is around. If not, if the animals are in danger, to give us a call. And this is the result of Katie and her family's hard work, of McKenna and her team's hard work of helping animals in need that come to us.
What can people do if they want to learn more about fostering animals?
So OregonHumane.org is a great first place to go. Again, we have all sorts of foster opportunities, whether it's caring for kittens until they're old enough and healthy enough for adoption, caring for a senior dog who maybe has recovered from surgery. There's just so many different ways to get involved. So I would encourage everyone to give fostering a try. It's so, so rewarding.
Well, little kittens, you did a great job. Thank you all for coming. It was so fun.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
You had a squirmy one, so good job.
Well done.
Okay, we'll be right back. Bye.